Hey y'all, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a video on what do people love about you, what do they find attractive about you. I just pulled 3 cards for each pile, one from each different deck. So we have the Sacred Destiny Oracle here, and then my Fountain Tarot, and then the Everyday Witch Tarot. So yeah, we'll just kind of look at the cards and just see what people find attractive about you, or what do they love about you. So this could be, and it will be, both personality traits as well as potentially physical features. We won't go too much into detail with physical features, but I know that sometimes a little bit of an ego boost is always fun to have, so. And I do just want to apologize for not having a video up last night. I was very exhausted yesterday, and I had very little energy, and the reading I wanted to do last night was based on some world situations, aka the pandemic, and I just didn't have the energy to tackle that. So maybe in the coming weeks we'll look at kind of life after this pandemic, but maybe not, because it's kind of a big topic to handle. So anyway, we'll start with this reading. These are our 4 piles. We got pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. To kind of help you decide or choose a pile, I've got 4 different pendulums. They come in this little baggie here. It was my Valentine's Day gift from my boyfriend. It comes with like 14 or 16 different pendulums and chains to go with each one. You can wear them as necklaces, you can use them as a pendulum, whatever kind of suits your fancy. So if you are interested in pendulum work, I definitely recommend it. It's on Amazon. You just can search up 16, pendulums, and you'll find them. But yeah, I decided to use that to help you decide on which pile to use today. So let's wait a couple seconds, let you choose your pile. Sorry for my phone. So let's start with pile 1. Let's move these off to the side. You're seeing less of me than usual because I am in a house coat, because I intend to go right to bed after doing this, since I am recording it the night before. Anyway, pile 1. This is your little pendulum crystal. And then the cards we got are Thriving, Six of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. I just got this deck, so I'm really interested in the photos. Also, as you can tell, this is a very small, very small deck, but I like it. It's very cute. Anyway, so looking at these cards, first I'm going to have to say your compassion is definitely something that stands out to a lot of people. We have 2 cup cards here. That's the only tarot cards we have are the cup cards. And, cups are kind of a water sign, or they symbolize water signs, but to me they also symbolize, compassion or love or generosity. So I think that's kind of a big thing here that people really love about you, is how kind you are and how giving you are, You want to maybe help the world to some extent, and you want to make a difference, and you want to help those around you however you can. For some reason, the Six of Cups here is kind of screaming almost Aquarius energy to me. I think it's because we see this image of giving something to someone else. I think it looks like a plant almost. I wish I had a plant. Yeah, it's like they're giving this person a plant, They're like, hey, you look like you need a little friend. Here you go. And for some reason that just looks like Aquarian to me. Aquarius is supposed to be the humanitarian sign. It's the sign that pursues justice. So if we look at Libra as the sign that wants justice, Aquarius is the sign that actually goes after it and takes whatever means necessary to get that justice. and to make things more balanced in life. So I just kind of, yeah, like you might have Aquarius energy, or if not, then people really are attracted to this humanitarian side of you, the side of you that wants to help people, that wants to make society a better place. We also have the Thriving card here, which again is a new deck for me, and I quite enjoy it. I am definitely studying this giraffe. I'm sure you could figure out why. I will not point it out though. But yeah, I like this card. It's not my favorite card in the deck, just like picture-wise, but it is a very beautiful card. And Thriving, for me, you know, it's not necessarily, at least in terms of this reading, it's not necessarily talking about maybe, well, it's not like the typical use of the word thriving. For me, it's representing more like a zest for life, if that makes sense. Like you enjoy life, you're optimistic, which I know can, for some of you, it might seem conflicting against this sort of humanitarian side, but I do believe that you can want the world to be a better place, but still believe that the world is a good place, you know, like, we can see some of the current world issues and be like, that's awful, and that needs to change, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this change, but still believe that, you know, there's still good in people, and that most people are inherently good. And I think that's what a lot of people find attractive about you, is that you're not afraid to handle the harder stuff in life, and you're not afraid to talk about it or fight for it, but you also don't think that because there's bad stuff it means that the world is bad or that people are bad. You can understand and see both sides of it, I believe. And this is just very, very attractive to a lot of people. They absolutely love this about you. In terms of physical features, with the Thriving card here and being represented by giraffes, I almost want to say your neck. So this could not necessarily be your neck specifically, but if you wear a lot of necklaces or chokers or even just like collared shirts or like turtlenecks, I know I'm saying those as two different things just for the record. But yeah, like a collared shirt or a turtleneck or, you know, a nice necklace or a good choker, all of those things are things that people find attractive about you or you know, love about you. They think it's kind of part of your style or part of your look. Or, you know, it could just mean that you got a nice neck. However, that's kind of a odd compliment, but some of you may be insecure about your neck. I know I personally am a little bit self-conscious of my neck because I have a fairly long neck. So, you know, maybe it is comfort to you to hear that people find your neck very attractive. And another kind of physical feature with this circle here, I'm tempted to say eyes. You know, you have very nice eyes, and people definitely are drawn to you. You may have a very like intense gaze, or just a very soft-hearted gaze, or you just look kind. And people definitely find this attractive. They're looking into your eyes and being like, wow, they got beautiful eyes. So yeah, like I said, it's something to do with the neck and or your eyes that people find attractive. I'm just looking at this card here, and nothing really stands out on her. So yeah, and that's just the reading. So yeah, just to recap, as I said, you know, people love, you know, your compassion and your humanitarianism and, you know, your optimism, but your ability to still be in reality. So I hope you liked the reading. I'll just toss those down here. Sorry if my stutter is a little bad. I think I was doing pretty good though, compared to some other videos. Put that's in the bag. If you have any feedback, please feel free to leave a comment, whether it's good or bad. And if you like the video, then definitely leave a like and subscribe. I have lots of other tarot readings on my channel as well, so you're welcome to check those out. And I try to post twice a day. Sometimes that's not really a possibility, but I can guarantee to at least try once every day, if nothing else. Only exception is Mondays and Sundays. Those are my days off. So yeah, I will see you later in the evening, around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Have a good day, and I love you all. Pile 2. I'm going to take a quick drink. Sorry for my yawning. I've had like 2.5 hours of sleep, so it is not shaping up to be a great time for me. Anyway, the pendulum we have here is this one. I don't think I've ever actually used it as a pendulum. I don't think I've used most of the ones that I pulled out as a pendulum, because most of the ones I use as pendulums, are on chains and sitting around my bed for me to use. Anyway, the cards we got for you is Leadership, Four of Swords. I'm pulling this card a lot in readings, and Strength. Alright, so firstly, I do just want to say that the Strength card is very interesting. I enjoy looking at it. We have the witch here. The lion beside her is licking her hand. It almost looks like she's conjuring this tornado, in her path behind her. It's just following her along to protect her, basically. And it's got, the lion here that's clearly on her side, a very helpful lion. And then, of course, our familiar at the bottom, the cat, that we see throughout this whole deck. So I just wanted to say that some of those things may just be important for you to see, or be just mean something for you that I'm not picking up. I just felt like I had to share that card with you. So going into the reading, the first thing I notice is that we have both a polar bear and a lion here. Now, I do have kind of a weird brain. I tend to associate a lot of things with other things, particularly with senses. I have synesthesia, or how do you pronounce it? But even when it comes to just, things that are outside of the senses, I make a lot of associations. So because of that, it's very hard for me to differentiate between a polar bear and a lion, which probably sounds quite strange. They're obviously very different animals, but in my head, they both mean very similar things, so I can get them confused and mixed up pretty easily. So I just think it's kind of neat to note that there was two, like this lion and a polar bear, both pulled in this reading. And it symbolizes, strength, as we do see with the title of this card, right? There's absolutely strength here and perseverance. Both the polar bear and the lion have gone through very difficult things, and are still going through very difficult things. With polar bears, we have like the ice caps melting and stuff, and every summer, the ice is thinner and thinner, and, they have less hunting time in order to survive, right? So, nowadays, if you go up north and you try to look at the polar bears, they don't look the way that, they do in this picture, because they're fighting and becoming more and more endangered or extinct as the years pass. And same with lions. Again, different situation for sure. We don't see lions here in Ontario, whereas we do, depending on how far you go, you do see those polar bears. But with the lions, you still have poachers and stuff, right? Like there's a lot of places out where lions live, which I can't think of the name of, but they have a lot of poachers out there, and lions are constantly being hunted for sport, or just like as like a trophy, right? They're good for, well, not good for, but people use them as trophy hunting, which is absolutely terrible. And again, just like the polar bear, the lion is getting more and more in danger every single year of extinction. Which is why, non-profit zoos are so important, or, just good zoos that actually help animals. But I just think that, those both have very similar messages and very meaningful messages. So for you, people love this perseverance you have. No matter what happens to you or what you get hit with, you try and push through it. You fight tooth and nail to get where you are. You will continue fighting tooth and nail, because that's the only way you know how to do things, is to put your all into it and to do the best you can. Another thing people love about you is this leadership quality. We have leadership right here, but I believe that this makes you feel a little bit alone at times. We have the Four of Swords. He's kind of isolated. and his little sword. I don't want to say castle almost, you know? It's like he's put up the swords on purpose and he's made a home hiding behind them. But it still can make you feel pretty solitary. Even if you put yourself there, you can still feel alone, right? What is shining behind me? Sorry. Anyway, it's just a shadow. Anyway, and then with the strength card, that's kind of another card related to leadership, in my opinion. However, we do see her being less alone, but it's still with animals instead of with another person, right? So you may have you may depend on your pets for comfort or for friendship a lot of the time. But just know, people really do admire this about you. They love that you have this leadership role and that you seem so comfortable in being alone. You can tell when somebody is okay with their solitude, right? Versus someone who's very anxious or upset about being alone, right? And when you show that side of you that is okay with being alone, and you're not begging for attention or for love or for company even, then people love that about you. They think that you're incredibly strong and incredibly brave, and they're like, wow, like that person spends a lot of time on their own. Like, I wish I could do that. I wish I was so comfortable with my own thoughts or my own head or even just my own self to be able to do that. So I do think that that's definitely something that people love about you. In terms of any physical attributes that people may find attractive about you, with the lion here, I'm definitely sensing your hair. You have very, very nice hair, very beautiful hair, and people find this very attractive. Because of the spellcasting going on too, I'm almost picking up fingers or hands. You may have very nice hands. Or you may wear nice things on your hands, so that'd be gloves, or you have a really nice ring, or maybe a big bracelet or a watch. Anything else? Yeah, I'm not really picking up anything else here. It is a fairly short reading, but that's alright. I do just want to say another quick message for some of you. You're not invisible. I think some of you may struggle with this feeling of being invisible, and I just want you to know that, all of the things I said apply to you too. People do recognize these things about you, even if they don't always express it, or you have a hard time accepting it, they are still true. So just know that you're not invisible, and people see you, people recognize you, and you make an impact in their life. I just felt called to share that message with some of you, so I hope it's important for you and you found it relevant. In terms of the reading, if you liked it, please leave a like or subscribe, or rather, and subscribe. Definitely do both. And if you have any feedback, good or bad, please feel free to leave a comment. I appreciate all feedback. I will hopefully have another video tonight. I try to post 2 videos every day, and if I do fall behind on that or can't keep up, then I can still guarantee 1 video a day. Fingers crossed. And yeah, I think that's it. So have a good day, and I love you all, and hopefully I'll see you tonight. Okay, pile number 3. I am falling asleep on my seat, but that is okay. Anyway, we got this pendulum. I think I have used this a couple times. It's pretty good. And then the 3 cards we have are Release, Ten of Swords, and the Magician. Alright, let's get down to this level. Okay, so what are you picking up here? So the Release and the Ten of Swords, I think, actually works really well together. Firstly, this guy is clearly being burdened by these miseries, these pains, and with Release here, it's almost like it's saying, hey, let go of your past. Stop letting it push you down. You're just bringing more pain to yourself by not, just letting go, right? Now, of course, it isn't that easy, depending on what's troubling you, what's ailing you, but I just think that those cards do work well together. So let's see, what's attractive or what people love about you? I do sense you don't openly share what's going on in your life, or what might be troubling you, and people, I think, love the fact that you seem pretty happy-go-lucky. However, that doesn't mean that you should you shouldn't talk about what's going on in your life. Because I think the people that you do open up with, they still love that about you. They love that you're comfortable enough to share these things with them. So, your acquaintances, people you don't really talk to that often, are like, wow, like, they are such a happy person, and they always have such good advice for me. Like, I love that. And the people you are close with, so like maybe a family member or, a best friend, that's the person who's like, I'm feel very lucky that they trust me enough to open up to me. And I love that we have that connection, and I love that they express themselves so eloquently and so openly. And I think that's another thing, when you do talk about what's going on, or even just express your feelings, or maybe even write if you are a writer, people love what you say. They love your words, they love the way you express yourself. Like I said, just now, like, you speak very eloquently. You have very nice words and a very nice way of saying them. And you might be able to express or speak out loud about your feelings or what's going on just in a very clear and concise way. Like, you're very logical about these things, perhaps, and people definitely love that because it lets them be able to communicate back easier, right? And they know better on how to help you or how to talk to you if you're more logical and more open about what you're talking about or what's going on, right? Like, if I go crying to someone and I'm just like sobbing and I'm like, I'm sad, like, that's not going to get much help, right? Whereas if you're like, hi, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling sad because, my cat died and we were very close or something like that. My cat did not die, and I hope yours did not either, but just hypothetically, you might say something like that. And because you've told them what's going on, or we might even include, like, yeah, I don't really need any advice or anything, I just want you to be here for me right now, or listen to me vent. Then people, like, know how to deal with that. People love that they know how to talk to you, and that you talk like that to them, and you give them something to work with. With the Magician here as well, people love that you work with what you're given. You might be hesitant to jump into battle right away, right? Like, when something is burdening you or when there's an obstacle coming up, I am sensing it might be hard for you sometimes to push yourself right away to get over it. But eventually you do work through it, right? And you use whatever tools you have, and you're very good at recognizing the tools that you have, whether this is, maybe coping mechanisms taught to you, or maybe a self-help book, or maybe just, friends or support. You're good at, like, reaching out to these tools and using them in order to get through whatever's on your mind or burdening you. Man, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. Okay. So in terms of attractive physical traits, the release card is standing out a lot to me. There's something with this vibrancy here, the colors here that stand out to people. Like with the physical traits, so maybe like your sense of fashion, perhaps, or if you have dyed hair, they love this about you. Maybe you have a very unique style of dressing, and people enjoy this kind of unique, fresh look on things, or at least fresh look on clothing. Like I said, I think when you hear that message, you'll know what I'm talking about when I mention that there's something very colorful about you, or this color that stands out on you that people find attractive. Because it's hard for me to necessarily pinpoint exactly what that is. Anything else here? Your nose. Yeah, your nose is very attractive. You just have a very, very nice nose. Which can sometimes be a strange compliment to receive when someone's like, hey, got a beautiful nose. You got a handsome nose, or you got an attractive nose. I know that can be kind of odd, but some of you might be insecure about your nose, so just know that it is a feature that people enjoy on you and find to be very attractive. So yeah, I think that's your reading. Sorry for how short it was. I am losing energy and fast. I'm very tired. So, I will hopefully be more awake later on and be able to record a video for this evening. I believe I'm doing a video on what job or career field suits you best tonight, so hopefully that will be up and you will enjoy it. If you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe. Please do not judge me for how exhausted I may appear to be on this video. I just go through these periods. Sometimes it's not a reflection of my other videos, so definitely feel free to check out some other tarot videos. I have tons on my channel that you can definitely look at if any of them catch your eye. And if you have any feedback, whether it's positive or negative, definitely leave a comment. I appreciate all feedback no matter what. So I believe that's all, and I wish you all a good day, and I love you, and I will see you later in the evening, hopefully. Okay. Pile 4, last pile. I'm more in pile 3 of this, but I am very tired. I've had 2.5 hours of sleep, and I need much more. So I'm sorry if my energy is somewhat low or the video doesn't go on for very long. Hopefully tonight's video will be a little bit better, so yeah. Okay. Your cards are Transformation, Eight of Coins, really mushrooms, don't they? And then Justice. So right away, I am sensing a lot of you might be a Libra or a Scorpio, and if you are one or the other, you most likely are kind of near, the transition date. So I believe it's sometime mid-October that Libra becomes Scorpio, or late October. Probably like around the 19th to 21st, I'd guess. I could be wrong. I don't know the exact dates typically. But yeah, I do think you're probably born, mid-October or kind of near the end of October. And then because of this, you most likely have planets that would fall into the other sign, right? Now, of course, it could be any other sign that is in Libra or Scorpio, or you might just have other planets that are in Libra and Scorpio. But yeah, I just do sense that some of you might be born in October or November, but most likely, mid to end of October. So looking at this in terms of what people love about you. Well, a couple of these cards kind of scream it, right? Transformation and Justice. So looking at Justice, people might love that. You are very fair, and you want justice, and you want things to be right in the world. You don't want all the world issues or societal issues that we constantly are facing. And that's, something I will love about you, is that you speak up and you're vocal about these things that you want to change and you want the world to be better. And likewise, even if you maybe aren't working on a world scale or just don't have the energy or capacity to work on a world scale, it can just simply be within your friend group or within, your peers that people, love this justice about you, because you're always kind of willing to mediate a situation or to get both sides of a story and then figure out how to help both people kind of come to a safe conclusion or a healthy conclusion. And I definitely think that people do recognize that and they appreciate that, and they're like, wow, that's a really good quality to have, this sort of mediation quality. With Transformation, I was originally thinking change, but as I was speaking about justice, I realized it's more about adaptability rather than actually changing. You're very adaptable to situations, you know, somebody could hit you with just something totally out of left field, you know, and you'll be like, okay, did not see that coming, but I'm willing to change my ways or do something different in order to, you know, handle that or to be able to include that or whatever it might be. So people definitely love this adaptability that you have and your ability to change given what circumstance or situation you are in. And then with the Eight of Coins, you know, we see someone who's just about to finish his puzzle. You know, he's about to complete this thing, and I believe he's looking somewhat happy, or at least focused. He's pretty focused. Yeah, he looks somewhat happy. He's like, yeah, I got this. And I think that really indicates follow-through. I think in terms of what people love about you, they love that you can commit to something. You know, you have an idea in mind, and once you're committed to it, you're committed to it. You know, it might be, of course, a struggle to get started on it. Most of us do struggle with the actual, like, starting of a project. But once you've started it, then you're pretty good at following through and making sure it gets completed properly and doing it to the best of your ability. You might be a bit of a perfectionist, or very detail-oriented. And just know that so long as this isn't sort of affecting your life in a negative way, then this is something that people love about you. So, you know, if your perfectionism is portraying as, you know, like a mental illness or something that's very anxiety-inducing, then definitely that's not necessarily something that people love. But if it's just like, if you just want things to be good or to look good, or you're very organized, or you just pay attention to details, then people do love that side of you, and they are very appreciative of it, because a lot of people don't have that, right? So when you meet someone who is detail-oriented and make sure that they don't miss anything, it's something that we can appreciate and love. What else is here? What is she holding? Let's see. She's got a book in one hand that says law, and then the scales with the two cats. You might be very intelligent, or at least you're very book smart, and I think people love that about you too. They know that you can always spew these fun or strange facts that they weren't expecting. Or they just know they can go to you to have sort of intellectual conversations about, you know, something very academic related. So that's definitely another thing people love about you. And in terms of physical traits, there's a couple things standing out to me. So firstly, looking at this card, with the two sides here, firstly, this card reminds me a lot of my ex-girlfriend, so some of this is definitely based on her. But with the two sides of, like, the different colored wings here, you might be someone who maybe dyes your hair with two different colors, or you might have that, like, eye thing where, like, one eye is, like, a different color than the other eye, or, like, part of an eye is, like, a different color than, like, the other rest of the eyes. And that's definitely something that people, you know, find very attractive and love about you. And then as well, and this one is definitely based off of my own personal experience with the yellow rose that we see right here. But I think some of you might have really curly hair, and if that's the case, people definitely love that about you, you know? They find your hair to be very attractive. Now, of course, if you do have straight hair, I do believe people find that attractive as well. But I think a lot of you have curly hair, and I know that we tend to be very critical of ourselves no matter what hair we have, right? Like, I have very straight hair. When it gets long and wet, it sometimes will, like, wave a little bit near the, like, bottom, but it's very obviously straight hair. And, you know, I wish that it had more curl or more volume or more just even bounce to it. Whereas my best friend has very curly hair, and, you know, she spends like 2 hours straightening her hair because she wants it to be straight. So I know that, you know, we as people are just very critical of what we have, and we always want what we don't have. So just know that when it comes to your hair, do what makes you feel comfortable, but just know that people are out there loving and finding your natural hair very attractive. with the 8 of Coins, I'm seeing that another physical trait that people might find attractive or love about you is your smile or your smirk. You have a way of kind of showing your feelings through your mouth or your lips, and people definitely like this about you. You might even just have very maybe plump or full lips, and people love that. Or at least find it attractive. And then with the Justice card, she's wearing this little like necklace. So I do think that however you style your neck, if you do at all, so whether that's with a necklace or with a choker, or even with like a turtleneck or a collared shirt, like I said in the first pile, then people find that very attractive. They like the way that you style the neck and shoulder area. And yeah, that's basically the reading, or the energy I'm getting from these cards. I'm sorry it wasn't that long. Like I said, I'm very, very tired. I'm going to be going to sleep shortly after recording this video. There we go. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you did, please leave a like or subscribe, or do both. And if you have any feedback, good or bad, please leave a comment. I appreciate all feedback, no matter what. I will be hopefully posting a video tonight. I think I said that at the beginning of the reading. It's going to be kind of on, what job or career field might suit you best, so definitely keep your eyes open for that. I should, fingers crossed, be able to go up tomorrow, or today, sorry. And yeah, I will see you all tonight, hopefully, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I love you all very, very much.